Hi everyone. If everything has gone to plan, this should be a video. Wow, crazy. If not, it will just be... Goodbye, my son. If not, it will just be audio, but I felt like if I'm going to do a video where I'm just assembling a Gunpla, feels like it would be doing it a disservice to not at least try to record video. I also, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this done in a reasonable amount of time for a video, but I'm going to try. I'm giving myself an hour starting now, all right? For those of you watching this early on Patreon, I'm sorry that it's going to be slightly late. I realized as I was setting this up that making it an actual video is going to be like way more complicated than my average workflow, and it's going to take more time, and so we're going to be, you know, running a tiny bit late. But today we're going to be assembling this friend right here. This is the Wodom pod from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. The Build Diver series is really fun, and I would highly recommend it if you're just getting into Gundam. Thank you, Car. It's got a bit less edge than other Gundam series, and it makes for a solid entry point. And that was very much by design. Talk a little bit about this particular show as I go, but personally I'm a big fan. I think it's fun. God, there's one thing that I have been wishing for. So I got the Wodom pod recently because it's the robot of my personal favorite character in Build Divers. That's she. Her name is May. She's great. But sorry, there's something on the camera. Whoosh. So, fun fact about having long hair is it can get like everywhere, including apparently in my messed up little tripod situation. Anyways, so May is a personal favorite character of mine. There's actually a Gunpla of her, technically, sort of, and I've been looking for it for ages, but my LGS does not carry it, and I don't think it's being produced properly anymore, so that's my white whale right there. But I did, you know, at the very least, end up getting my hands on this, which is her robot. So that's what we're going to be assembling today. We're going to try and get as far as we can. If I finish it today, then great. If not, I will make sure to post pictures when it's fully done, okay? I have my little clippers. And I'm going to be honest, some of you might get grumpy because I might not be sanding down all the nubs perfectly, but that's all right. So to start with, how about we get all these boys out? I'm very carefully watching the mic because this plastic is a little bit louder than the sounds I typically use for my ASMR. I want to make sure that I'm not peaking it. Ooh, Jesus. I'm very hopeful though. I'm really excited to do this one. I have a little shelf already set for it. There is a lamp that my partner and I got last year. It's a very fun lamp because it has it has two lights on it, actually. One that goes upwards and is functionally a normal lamp, and the other is one that is pointed downwards onto a series of these 3 glass shelves. And we have some colored light bulbs in there as well, so we can change the color if we want to. I think it's very beautiful, personally. We store various things there. It's mostly for my partner and I's hobbies. So in my case, I have some D&D miniatures on there, and an Uma Musume model kit. I'm a big Uma girly. I'm excited that Tamamo Cross recently released on Global. I'm unfortunately not going to be pulling for her. I'm saving my pulls for other things at the moment. But I do love Tama. Anyways, so in my case I have D&D miniatures and a Tokai Teo 30-Minute Sisters model kit set up on that shelf. And then my partner has a few Monster Hunter little figurines, as well as some Gunpla, because Gunpla and model kits were always their thing more than mine. I've done a couple, but they're a fan. So I believe the one that we have on those shelves is from G-Witch, which also a great entry point into the series, but much more adult than Build Divers. All right, so let's get started. First off, we need A15 and A14. All right, besties? So that's where we're going to start. Here's A1. A15. Get my little clippers. Boop. Boop. And boop. Oh, I said, and boop. Okay, well, or I can just do this now that you're down to the 1. This particular model is a high grade. There's no way I was going to be doing a real grade model for a video like this. Here we go. So this is just about perfect. It's also just good for my skill level because, again, I've not done this a lot. I've done a couple model kits. I think the most complicated is my Lefrith, which is also from G-Witch. I don't want to completely embarrass myself when making this Gundam, so. Now we need A18, all right? This guy right here. So, Build Divers, as a Gundam series, It's very clearly targeted towards younger audiences. It doesn't have a lot of the heavier themes of most other Gundam series. And it's very obvious what it's trying to do, admittedly. And what it is trying to do, very obviously, is induct new young people into the world of Gundam. Let's see, is it like that or... Okay. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. But it's very clearly designed to be kind of an introduction to Gundam, and in particular, sort of an introduction to Gunpla. Let's see, we need C1. Are you C, my friend? You're A2. Right, it should be teal, right? Yeah, there we are. So we need C1 right here. But it's very clearly meant to bring new people in, and especially bring people into Gunpla as a hobby. The series itself does not focus on... Why did I take... That's 18. I don't need 18 quite yet. I need 19. I'm super good at this, y'all. Here's 19. Here's what we're after. But the characters of Build Divers are not actual giant robot pilots. Oh, sir, have I... I'm sorry. Did I put a box in your little shelf? Oh, I was... Sir, you can go on your shelf here. That box is too small for you, sir. He's trying anyways. But the characters of Build Divers aren't really mech pilots in any sense. They are instead, in truth, playing a video game. Let's see. Oh, this is... Okay. I'm processing the information. So you go in like that. Yes? Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's all coming together. Okay. So we do need A17, C115, okay? So A17, which is hiding somewhere. And it's set in this sort of Yu-Gi-Oh style world where Gunpla, oh, the boy has vanished again. Gunpla has sort of taken this position of incredible cultural significance. What is he up to? Sir, you don't get to play with wires. Do I need to get you? My apologies for my son's behavior. But our protagonist in Build Divers Re-Rise is someone who is looking for a girl within the bounds of virtual reality. And it's just as a show, it's fun, you know? It's fun. It's got really fun character designs and personalities. I'm always a big fan of a himbo in a show. And Build Divers, it's got a pretty good himbo, I gotta say. In terms of himbo, we got himbo. Okay, and this goes on to here. Oh, okay. You slide in like that. Neat. And then we also need C18 for this step, which is the one I took off earlier. And that's gonna go right here. In which orientation? In this orientation, looks like. You're asking a lot, boss. The detailing is okay, so shorter end. Shorter end goes towards this. Okay, I was right. I was right. Oh, it's already coming together, boss. It's already coming together. A211 and A212. Are you A2 perhaps? Perchance? But you know, we've got some furries going on, which is always a good time. We've got a cute robot girl who I'm a big fan of. We have the pod. Here's just a thing about me. Is I really like a robot that is a circle. I don't know what it is, but just if you take a robot and you make it some kind of sphere, I'm immediately down. I'm immediately down for whatever you have planned. Oh, does this articulate a little bit? Looks like it might. It looks like that might be what we have going on. Haha, I see, I see. So I slide these to these little runners here, if I can. Although it seems to be asking a lot to get in there. Don't want to force it. You never want to force it. But it seems to be struggling just a little bit to actually get in. Is there a specific spot I'm supposed to try and get it in from? Because you seem to be suggesting that I just put it in right here and push up. Oh, model kits. Oh, model kits. When will we ever get along? I can see the vision. I hear a cat doing something outside. He's always doing something. He's always misbehaving in some way. You know, you love seeing him co-star in my videos. And you know, I'm happy that he gets to have his time in the sun. But he is a criminal. Like, so we're clear. Sir. Sir. I'm in here. Yes, I'm here. I'm right here. I haven't left. Yeah. You can go to your little bed. You're allowed to do that. See, this is why I usually close the door for a lot of my videos. Because he's like this. It's who he is. I don't want to say too much. No, I'm not going to open that window, sir. I'm not going to do it because it's going to ruin lighting. You understand, right? You have a concept of lighting, don't you? Okay. To line things up without really being able to see what we got there in the end. Ish. There we go. Okay, so I pull that back and then push this in somehow? Is that what you're saying? What do you mean push that in? Oh, Gunpla, my Gunpla. You're suggesting that this can move somehow. It doesn't seem to be able to. So what does this instruction mean? Oh! Oh ho ho, I see. My apologies for doubting you, Gundam. Bam. Okay. Pod. Coming together. She's beauty. She's grace. She's circle. Alright. Now it's time for A19 and A110. How's that sound to you all? I hope it sounds good because it's what I'm doing. So, I mean, I'm making a Gunpla in this video. Like, if you didn't want that, you probably shouldn't have clicked. That's just a suggestion. You know, if you don't want to watch T-Girl assemble a Gundam, then don't click on the video of exactly that. You know, that's really. I'm going to talk about some internet philosophy. Some things are not for you. Sometimes something will make you angry, or you won't enjoy it, or any number of things. But what you need to understand, okay, is that not everything on the entire internet is for every single person. And something that you enjoy might be something that someone else really can't stand. Something that you can't stand might be something that someone else really enjoys. And when it comes down to it, let's see, C13, C23, okay. when it comes down to it, as long as nobody's being hurt, people can do whatever they want. That's always been my philosophy. And so I can see something and think, wow, I hate this. I really don't like this particular piece of media or this person's interpretation of some form of source material or whatever. Or, you know, this show has themes that make me uncomfortable or whatever. And you can feel those things, right? But at the end of the day, you getting mad and saying a bunch of crap, it's not going to change anything, is it? You're not going to cause any kind of change in behavior. You're not going to convince anyone. You're just going to make yourself upset. So, for me, when I see someone being stupid on the internet, I'm always of the opinion of don't reply, just block and move on. And that's what I do. When I see a show that I can't get down with, I can't stand it. Doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. I'm not gonna go on a tirade about how stupid it is or God forbid how immoral it is. It's a show. What do I care? Genuinely, like what do I care? If someone likes it, then good for them. I'm just gonna do a fun little technique called turning it off, walking away. So anyways, that's all that is to say, like, if you didn't want to spend time with a funky transgender woman who is making a silly gunpla because she's a silly lady, I'm like, why are you here? You can do other things to occupy your time. If someone's here, I sincerely hope it's because they're enjoying themselves, you know? Because again, as long as whatever it is you're doing isn't hurting anyone, like, what does it matter? Gunpla. We're making a gunpla. We're just talking about internet philosophy. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I hope that you're finding this to be a pleasant experience. I'm really enjoying, the idea of doing something with actual video every now and then. I'm still working on the VTubing avatar. I know I've said that before, but I have really big news actually. And it's probably, kind of stupid of me to announce it this late into a video that, a lot of people are probably not going to watch this far into it. Okay. Yeah, that's the orientation we want. Okay. But I'm going to announce it here. Don't expect major changes just yet, but I quit my day job. I did it. I'm done. I am now a YouTuber full-time. That is my job, is to make ASMR videos. And it's a little terrifying. It's a lot terrifying, actually. But there comes a point when you're doing something creative that you have to decide whether or not you are going to fully commit. Let's see, I need B1-8, B1-10, and B1-9 for this. Okay. And for me, the time to make that decision came a little bit sooner than I thought. I worked at a fast food place for a bit now. And I've worked plenty of service jobs before that. But this latest job, as far as service jobs go, which are always difficult, I actually generally enjoyed myself at first. I made some good friends there. The work was pretty straightforward, and half the time I wasn't even doing the service part, which is always the most stressful and most difficult part. But over the course of this last year, it's just, as a job, it's become worse and worse and worse and worse and less pleasant to do. And there just came a point where I, as an individual, realized something. I realized that I was fortunate enough to be in a position where I didn't have to be stuck there. And I am very lucky to have been afforded that position and that chance, that opportunity, you know? To be able to say, you know what, I'm done. And I did. I decided exactly that. I decided that I'm done. And I think, you know, that decision was a good one. But it's scary. It's really, really scary. So I also need B2, apparently. I need to do the same thing with B2A. Ooh! Sorry about that, Mike. Hope that didn't peak too bad. But, you know, I have been doing this YouTube channel for longer than I've worked that job. And it's grown, and I've gotten better at doing this, and I feel like I'm at a point where I could make that leap and try. And so that is exactly what I'm doing. I put in my 2 weeks, not out of particular love for that employer, but because I didn't want to make things worse on my coworkers. And, you know, I could afford to do it. I put in my 2 weeks, and then I finished those 2 weeks. For now, I'm taking it easy a little bit. You know, big life changes, I think if you are able to, it's great to be able to just like take a second to breathe. And my last several big life changes, I haven't been able to do that. So like with this, I'm relishing the opportunity to take a couple weeks of taking it easy, being kinder to myself, you know? It's like a little vacation for me. I'm still making these videos, but like am now doing that and also no longer working that old job. I have so much more time for myself right now, and I'm loving that. And so I'm taking a little break from being so high intensity, but once that break is over and I'm ready to just lock in, I have plans. I am gonna finish up making that VTuber model, and then we're going to start doing some live streams. And the plan, as it stands right now, is we are going to, okay, yeah, that goes there, I think. We're going to be doing an ASMR stream once a week, so you can get some live ASMR. We're going to be doing some gaming streams as well. And the VODs from all of those streams, the ASMR ones will be posted on this channel like normal. And then the gaming stream VODs will probably be posted on a separate Flawless Faye gaming channel. And we're going to try and keep a fairly consistent schedule with that. And I think it should be good. Let's see, so one of these things that I assembled here is going to go into that. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. I think I want to do it like this, actually. There we go. We need A215. But yeah, we're going to do some gaming streams alongside the ASMR. This channel is going to experience no change. I'm still going to do my regular videos. I'm still going to do the weekly Patreon exclusive. Nothing about that is going to change. What is going to change see, it's oriented correctly, right? There we go. What is going to change is just that you're going to be getting more. The live ASMR will be at least once a week. The gaming stuff will happen 1 or 2 times a week. And we're going to be having a good time. My plan for the start of the gaming stuff is probably going to be a bunch of Dark Souls games, actually. Let's see, B111, B27, B112. I'm a huge Soulsborne fan. My first game was Bloodborne, followed by Dark Souls 3, followed by Elden Ring. I also obviously played Armored Core 6. If you've seen the thumbnail for the pilot speaker audio series, those are from my latest playthrough of Armored Core, actually. The frames in the background there. Screenshots I took of my AC. And then B27. But I love FromSoft games in general. But I haven't played a lot of the older ones. So what I think we're going to do when it comes to starting the video game stuff is we are going to have, okay, so that part goes to the outside. A little FromSoft game marathon, basically. Well, you were asking a lot with slotting this in there. This is but I'm going to be playing the heck out of, I had it backwards, of various FromSoft games. That's the current plan. Okay, we're going to clip this and then I can go ahead and sand it a little later. A little file I can use. Oh, he has him. He has him toy. He's playing with him toy. And okay, bye. Anyways, so I love FromSoft games, but I've not played the older ones really, and so I was thinking I could do a marathon starting with Demon Souls. Hey, we've cleared one of these off. But thinking we start with Demon Souls, either the remake or the original. I have the remake, so that might be easier. And then from there, we go to DS1, DS2, and we just play them all in order. Get Sekiro in there as well. Do an Elden Ring playthrough. I might try, as and when I get to Elden Ring, to do a speedrun or to learn a speedrun, because I've played too much Elden Ring. Elden Ring is actually one of the only games that I have a platinum trophy for on my PlayStation. Because I really, really like Elden Ring. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it does mean that, like, you know, an ordinary playthrough of Elden Ring is not gonna have a lot of surprises for me. And so I think if I am going to do an Elden Ring playthrough on the channel, it would be more interesting to do some kind of challenge run for it. And that'll be how the gaming stuff starts, and it will continue from there. But I do want to remind and reassure all of you that none of the stuff that I do here already is going to change or go away. I'm not going to get rid of anything that I'm already doing, because I like doing ASMR, you know? When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a gaming YouTuber, which is why I do want to give this a try. But the fact is, I chose to start doing ASMR, C11 and C12. I chose to start doing ASMR because I like to listen to ASMR. I mentioned it in another video, but, you know, because of that, and because I just enjoy acting and playing pretend and playing all these characters and coming up with all these characters, I have absolutely zero intention of stopping the ASMR. Anyways, I really, really hope that things work out. This is a scary thing to do. It's a very scary thing to do, but you gotta hard commit eventually. If you're gonna do this, you gotta send it at some point. And I think, you know, I'm at the point where I do want to try and do that. Thank you all for providing me the opportunity to try, you know? C14, C15. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna finish this within an hour. I might just let the video run long though, because I am enjoying myself. Although, being a yapper this long, with no water, it's, you know, taking a little bit of a toll on the old vocal cords. There's a reason that I have never made a video this long before. All right, A1, 2. Haha, I see. I understand it now. So then this goes on here. Ooh. Okay. And it's gonna be... Okay. I think I am comprehending. So this is going to go in here, right? Yes. And then you are going to go, let's see, what's the orientation of that? Okay. Like this, I believe. Oh yeah, we got ourselves an arm going. That's beautiful. It's got to be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, honestly. I've never felt more in love with a piece of plastic. I do want to make sure that I'm doing it right. Was it designed to do that? So okay, I think I get it. B11, C116. Okay. B11 right here. Give you a little trim. Yeah, I think if I do decide to go over an hour, I will simply get myself a little drink. Have a little spippy, if you will. Okay. C116. We've got a hand. We have a hand. It's a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. you onto there, like this. I'll do probably a proper announcement video, or like a community post or something about this in the future, but you know, for now I just wanted to get it out there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got ourselves something of an arm here, it looks like. Wow. C21, C22. You know, I don't think we're gonna finish with this, but we're making some good headway. We really are. But yeah, you know, after we've done our little Souls-like marathon, I'm not sure what I'll do after that. I have some ideas. There are some games that I really enjoy. You may have gathered this, but I'm a big gacha girly. And I totally get if it is not for you. Because, you know, gacha games are gambling, right? And they're as predatory as any other form of corporate gambling. It's trying to make a profit off of you, but I enjoy them in general. I am someone who has a degree in game design, and so let's see. Okay, so the part with the little pop-up is going to be not touching that. Understood, Captain. Although now I'm realizing that's why it's not right. That's why it's not quite right. Here we go. Oh yeah, that snapped in. Much better. Anyways, so I love gacha games. I really enjoy them. And so it might be enjoyable at some point to just do my dailies and various gachas with you all. Or do new story bits to them when they come out. Been playing a lot of Enfield lately. A lot of Enfield. You know, that game is... I was a big fan of original Arknights, and I have my opinions about the story of Enfield at this point, but I'm going to give it a couple patches before I deliver a verdict. Because, you know, original Arknights did not have the strongest 1.0 story either. It took some time to set up, right, and to build. That's another runner down, by the by. But okay, I'm gonna talk in some vague terms. I think, to me, a big thing about the original game, right, is it has a lot of different themes going on, and they change depending on the current story and its current needs, you know? And I think that's what's so good about Originium as a plot device, is it can be whatever you need it to be, you know? It can be an analogy for fossil fuels. It can be used as a parallel for disability, for discrimination, for all kinds of things. And they touch on all of those themes in original Arknights. And it's originium and oropathy that facilitate that as a plot beat. And Enfield, so many of the characters treat originium so nonchalantly. I mean, there's a scene pretty early on, so I'm comfortable saying it, where you, as the amnesiac administrator, meet a girl who is sick with oropathy, and you can ask Perlica, who is like your supervisor and who's teaching you about this, you can ask her about it. And she tells you, don't worry about it too much. She says, this is just the cost of progress, of living the life that we do. Humanity is dependent on originium, so don't worry about it. And you're the administrator. It's basically like, but we're cultivating originium. It's this girl is now sick with a terminal illness, and sure, in Enfield there is a easy, quote unquote, easy to access medication that can prevent symptoms from getting too bad. But that girl still almost died because she was put in a situation where she couldn't access them. So clearly originium isn't the perfect thing that, oh, hello, sir, that Perlica is trying to suggest to you that it is. And so my hope for the story is that eventually we get a sort of heel turn. I hope that eventually the game says, actually, yeah, originium is still a dangerous thing, and you are a colonizer. That's the core of Enfield, by the way, is that it's a colonial organization. And Arknights historically has had some very anti-colonist messaging. And so I'm really hopeful that it doesn't just throw away the themes of the first game. I hope that there comes a point where it says, you, as a colonizer on this planet, your Enfield Industries, your people who have deliberately seeded this world with originium when it was previously completely untouched by the stuff, are repeating the mistakes of the past. You're destroying this world's ecosystem. You are ruining something that was beautiful. I hope that there comes a day where there's a reveal that he screwed up, I really want that to happen. I'm looking forward to the hopeful eventual Neferith vindication arc. I'm hopeful that we end up in a situation similar to the first Arknights, where our antagonists aren't necessarily bad people and are maybe just pushing their methods too far for reasons. I'm going to just say the words Deathless Black Snake, and those who know will know, and those who don't will remain unspoilt. But I want to see Enfield take a similar path where, sure, the game starts and you are the corporate industrialization super Jesus. And then you realize that that's wrong. And I think there's some foreshadowing that maybe suggests that that might be the case. There are some things that Perlica has said that have raised some flags. There are some things going on that make me think like the game is aware of the way it's treating Originium. And I really hope I'm right. Because I love Arknights. And I want to see this new game do well. And I want to see it tell a really interesting story. Anyways, so yeah, I've been playing a lot of that because the characters are genuinely appealing. And as much as I just said I want to have a story that's about a certain, like, the fact is, boss, the fact is, building a factory in this game's really engaging. you know, you look out at a massive, beautiful expanse filled with wonder and whimsy and beautiful nature, and you think to yourself, wow, I could build a factory there, couldn't I? Oh, I could build the most beautiful of factories. I could absolutely cover this place in power lines. That's really the core of Enfield right there. You look at a beautiful, vast, untouched wilderness and you think, I could build a Walmart. The game really is very engaging. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so we've almost got this leggy done, so that's very exciting. This really, it's already going to be my longest video ever. But that's okay. You know, I think if it's worth doing, it's worth taking several hours to get done. C111. And we need C112. And we need B113. And then I think once I finish this step, I'm gonna really... B13. Okay, thank goodness. I couldn't find B113 for a second there. It's like, okay, it's because that's not the part we need. It's not the part we need, so it's fine. Okay. Where do we go from here, boss? I also need C18. My apologies. God, do I love the wodom pod. This little guy is everything to me. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine. Okay, so step 1 is taking B13, putting it with C111, which I believe is this little guy here. You go into that, like so. Oh, that's a nice little snap he made. Beautiful. Then this does the same thing, but with you, right? Yes. I can't seem to. Okay, so you do go in there, yes? Uncertainty dwells at the back of my mind. Am I a fool? Perchance. But nay, says I, a fool I am not. I am in fact among the wise. B1-2 and B1-5. We're almost done with B1. Do I want to waste time and get water? We're like right there. Y'all, we're right there. I have stickers and stuff and like a couple other runners, but we're getting there, besties. Okay. So we take this and okay, I needed to orient myself for a moment there, but we figured it out. I can still hear my son committing various crimes outside, but it's fine. I trust him and I trust his judgment. So. Let's do this first. You just go right on there, nice and simple. Simple and clean, if you will. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts games as well. Well, sort of. My partner has recently been playing through the Kingdom Hearts games. They are a big fan. They've been a Kingdom Hearts fan for a long time. Let's see, so we have B1-4 now. No, that's all of B1. But they're planning on doing a little analysis thing of the whole game series. And part of that is that, let's see, part of that means that they are playing through every single Kingdom Hearts game in release order specifically, because what they want to do, hang on a second. Hang on just 1 second. Something ain't right. That should be, oh dear. Oh dear. I do believe I may have made a mistake of some sort. Although I'm not sure how I could have done better. Oh, I know how I could have done better now. But they're playing through every single game in release order, specifically so they can talk about how much information you are given at various points in a playthrough. Oh my god. Oh, this is a nightmare situation. I've made a terrible mistake. This is substantially harder to pull apart than something like a Lego would be. Dear God. Those are already difficult. I feel like I need to wedge something in there or something. Just pry apart, please. I don't want to do you harm, but I need you to pry apart. Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? What a fool am I? Well, in any case, playing through every single Kingdom Hearts game in release order, in order to do an analysis based on the order in which certain information is revealed. And I find that really interesting. And we're currently on Chain of Memories, specifically the Riku half of Chain of Memories now. It's a good time. All right, you know what? I think this is a sign. I think this is a sign that I should call the video here. I will keep working on this, but we gotta wrap this up. So, farewell, my lovelies. You'll have a great day. I will show you the finished product once she is done.